Happy New Year. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas, and I hope and pray that you have a beautiful New Year. Let's get into it. It's been too long. Let's talk about Eric and Lita. You know, I feel like from watching this show that Eric has always been an awful father. You know what I mean? I don't think that he just all of a sudden, while meeting Lita, became this unbearable guy. I think this has been who he always has been, but for the sake of the show, his family decided to come in and like sort of protect him and like save face and make it seem like Lita is the one drawing him away, because I just don't see how you can become so awful with just the influence of one person, unless you were already like this or on the brink of being that. Like, I just don't know if he's been in his girls' lives like that, or yeah, I don't know. Maybe he has, and maybe Lita just has a really strong grip on him. But this 180 that he's done from this like doting dad, supposedly, to all of a sudden, I'm abandoning my children for Lita. I don't know. What y'all think? It could just be me, but Eric's daughters give me like different stages of Napoleon Dynamite. Watch it back and let me know what you think, because I was watching it and I was just like, who do they remind me of? Napoleon Dynamite. You know it's true. Eric sits down with his daughters and they tell him how awful Lita has been and how she is like making a big break in the family. And he says to them, what's done is done. That's what you say to your children, pleading for their father back? I think his daughters need to just leave him be. I think he's gone. And until him and Lita break up, I don't think he's coming back. So I feel like, it's sad to say, but I feel like these daughters need to just let daddy go. Wait, did Eric just say that he's moving on? How the hell are you moving on? You got a 9-year-old daughter. You're not done being a father. Matter of fact, you're never done being a parent. Like, you never just hang up your hat. When your kids get old, you don't have to be around all of the time, but they still need you. Like, I'm good and grown, and I still call on my mama for everything. She has the best advice. This couple gets on my last nerves. So Eric sits at the dinner, tells his kids what's done is done, but then wants them to come to the wedding. You literally told them that I've chosen someone over you, but still come to my wedding to make me feel good. He's such a selfish parent, which is why I do not believe that he just switched up all of a sudden when he started dating Lita. I feel like he's been this way, and I feel like they've been protecting him. Specifically, Natasha, who was on Instagram Live talking about how he moved into her place that she had with her roommates because he lost housing because he was dealing with something. And y'all know what I think he was dealing with. And the nerve of Lita to think that Natasha was going to come to her makeup trial after she threw her out of her own home. Like, Natasha is on that lease and Lita kicked her out. But yet she wants her to come spend time with her while she gets her makeup done to see if it works for the wedding. You are delusional, woman. Delusional. And why hasn't anybody like dropped any tea on her from Indonesia? Like, this woman is awful. She has terrorized the United States, and nobody from her hood has said anything to us. Like, nobody has dropped the tea. Nobody has went to any other blogs. Like, what are y'all doing? I don't think we've discussed it on this channel, but I feel like Lita is putting it on concerning her wealth. I feel like she may have some kind of money in Indonesia. I don't think it equates to American dollars. You know what I mean? Like American wealth. I don't think she really has it. I feel like her family is okay with her marrying Eric because he's white and because of the ignorance that white people are wealthy. You know what I mean? The majority of them don't got it. Trust and believe, okay? Americans are broke. I want y'all, watch international people, I want y'all to know, don't be coming over here trying to get these American dudes thinking you getting a better way of life. You will do better getting one of them rich dudes that be flossing on Instagram, because you can really check their tea and check their coin. That's what y'all need to do. Just don't go for an American man because y'all think they got it better. White guys do. Some. That is the stereotype. Not all, because look at Lita. She thought she struck gold with Eric, and she got some white dude living in poverty in Wisconsin. Ugh. Hell no. I'm black. I don't even live like that. And you know what? I can't stand Lita, right? But I feel like she needs a friend. Because when she sat down in the makeup artist chair, she like just started regurgitating her entire life. Like, she really needs somebody to talk to. But she threw out Natasha. Eric is never around because he's trying to make all this money so she can think that he is well off. And she just seems to be very lonely. She doesn't have her sister. She just seems to be like a very lonely person. And I feel bad for her that one time. That one time. I hope to God this makeup artist does something with her eyebrows. Like, sis, you can't let her sit in that chair and leave out looking like that. Like, they're like thick but thin. It's weird. It's weird. Let's get into Olga and Steven. So the fact that I had to find out in the comment section that Olga is an orphan because her parents were in some satanic cult and they sacrificed her sister, like, y'all told me something way off the wall, right? This is why I have a problem with the show, because I'm finding out more in the comment section and on the cast members' Instagram than I am getting from the show. Like, I'm finding all of this information that really is helpful to the story, but I'm not finding it from the show. Like, the show is not giving it to me. Like with Eric, there's obviously something wrong with him. For this man to be a fresh 40 and he looks like Droopy the dog, something is going on, and there's only a certain chemical that can age a person like that, but we're not talking about it. Like, Natasha tells us more about what's going on with her father than this show does. Like, don't leave out important factors to the storyline, because it can really help us, the viewer, figure out what the hell is really going on, and it could also help us, you know, give sympathy to some of these people, because Eric is just coming off like a horrible dad, right? And he is, from what I've seen on the show. But I think there's something else going on, and we just don't talk about it. Olga has no one. Why didn't this show let us know that her parents were a part of some demonic cult and they killed her sister? Like, that is vital information to her story. You know what? I did check out Olga and Steven's Instagram, and, you know, I'm only going by it a little bit because everybody lying on Instagram. You know what I mean? People only show you the good parts of their lives, right? So it does seem like they have worked it out and they are trying to be the best parents and, you know, young fiancés that they can be. But Steven, he's so horrible to her on this show. I don't know how he can just do a 180 like that. You know what I mean? So there's a part of me that still believes that he is this awful, because even in this episode, let's keep in mind that Olga is probably dealing with postpartum depression, and Steven is just tearing this girl down. I just feel so bad for her. I want her to have people in her life who will fight for her and protect her. This storyline, like every other storyline, I can get behind, right? Because it gives me an emotion that I can deal with. Olga and Steven is so sad, because I just feel like I'm watching a young girl, a young mom, be verbally and mentally abused. And I can't take it, y'all. I can't. Are they going to be on Happily Ever After? Okay, and just when I was trying to feel something for Steven, he pulls this. Oh, I didn't apply for your visa because I didn't know where the relationship was going. What? So he lied to her, told her that he applied for her visa, did not do it, did it that day that he got his son, his American citizenship, and then he told her. And like expects her to be okay with it. And he's all like, well, you know, I just didn't know what we were doing. Who cares? You know what? I'm just going to chalk it up to his immaturity, because this is the thing. I just had a revelation, right? If Olga would not have bowed down to Steven and allowed herself to be, sad to say, his doormat, right? Because he was very abusive to her, and that girl just took it. Even with her body cut half open, nursing her child, she still took his verbal and mental abuse. If she fought back or talked back to him and told him, no, this is not okay, you're going to respect me. If she would have stood up for herself, I feel like Steven would have took their son. I really, really do. And I said chalk it up to his immaturity, because I think that he believes that he can take his newborn child away from its mother and it be okay. You know, I don't think he realizes how dependent a child is on the mother for life. And this leads me to believe that he had every intention of taking his son, but he was not sure about Olga, which is why he did not do her paperwork. He did Richie's paperwork, but he didn't do hers. And I'm telling you, if it did not go the way that he wanted with Olga, he would have took that child and never looked back. Olga, you deserve so much better, sweetie. I realize you're young and, you know, you got this American guy and you think that he has it all, but this ain't love, girl. This ain't love. You and Richie don't deserve this. Right after, he breaks her heart by telling her that he didn't apply for her visa and he doesn't know when the hell she's going to be able to come to America. He proposes to her. I'm hoping that she was elated about coming to America and not being his wife. Olga, I hope that you have some plan in the back of your mind that you are prepared to come to America, get on your 2 feet with your baby and get the hell away from him, because that boy ain't ready. He needs help. Steven needs a lot. I'm not saying he's not a good person. I don't know his heart. I don't know his intentions. But from what I've seen on this show with how he treats Olga, I don't want her with him. I don't think he's ready to be a husband. I don't think he's ready to be a father. I just don't think he's ready to be a partner. He got a lot of issues to work out. And that girl has been put through the ringer. She don't need any more. She just needs a happy and peaceful life from here on out. So Kanani and Asuelu, I say it every time and I'm gonna say it again. Asuelu deserves better. Asuelu deserves better. So Lion Kanani is out getting a manicure with her mom, crying about being pregnant, blaming Asuelu. And I'm just sitting here watching this scene like, girl, were you asleep when he was banging you? Like, what's going on? Were you not aware? Did you not know how penis and coochie work together? Like, I could not stand that scene because I'm just like, you are a grown woman in your 30s crying about being pregnant to your mama who is like pacifying you. My mother would never. My mom would be like, Nikki, stop that crying and go on and tell your sisters, handle it like a woman. You doing woman things, you might as well deal with it like a woman to get the hell out of my face. Stop crying over my damn manicure. That would have been my mama. And I feel like that's what Kanani needs because nobody's allowing her to take responsibility for the things that she does. Like she lies. Even when she told her sister that she was lying about Asuelu. Her sister is mad at Asuelu for Kanani lying. I just don't get it. I'm telling you, TLC, we need another Samoan family on the show. Y'all did not do the Samoan people right with this family at all. At Kalani's bachelorette party, and his penis is everywhere. She got like a penis in a bow, penis straw, penis. Listen, they gotta talk to a penis. No, my bachelorette, my girls know. I just want sparkles everywhere. I want to feel like a queen because I am. Don't do the penis stuff. That just it triggers me. Penises aren't cute. Like, I'm okay. I'm not gonna deal with one for the rest of my life. I don't need y'all putting these fake penises in my face. Where did that come from? Let's leave that. Let's leave it. Let's just, let's do Balenciaga and sparkles, ladies. That's my bachelorette party thing. And even though I feel like Kanani is responsible for everything that is going wrong in this relationship, I do feel bad for her because she's sitting here going through mental gymnastics because she knows she has to tell her sister that she's pregnant. And she's like afraid to tell her sister because she's lied so much about her relationship with Asuelu and her participation. And it just puts her and her sister's relationship in jeopardy. And that's so sad because your sister should be one of the first people that you tell about being pregnant. Like, you tell your sister before you tell your mom anything. Like, her mother knew that she was pregnant before her sister. I don't know. I'm not saying that that's backwards, but you should always feel comfortable with coming to your sister for anything. And the fact that she is growing a life in her and she's afraid to tell her sister about it because she's lied so much and she's made her future husband out to be such a monster when in reality she's the monster. And I just feel bad for her because I feel like she just lied so much and she put herself in such a hard place and she can't get out of it. Okay, so this is the thing. I don't get it. I don't get this family. Kanani tells her sister that she's pregnant. Her sister starts crying and like getting mad at her. And I'm like, first of all, Kanani and Asuelu are not destitute, okay? Y'all are well off enough where y'all had another house that they could live in. Like, come on, y'all support your help. Maybe the sister's crying because she don't want to spend no more money on another baby because she's put out a lot of money helping her sister. Maybe that's what she's crying about, but it's not like they're going to be begging for change in front of a Costco. Like, stop it. Stop acting like they're in such a dire situation. Also, they're getting a good coin from this show. Let's not play around. They're both getting like at least $5,000 a week. They're going to be okay. And so y'all know I've always had a problem with Kalani, okay? Because Kalani tells her sister that she's pregnant. Her sister then starts crying to the other ladies at the bachelorette party. They feel so bad for her. Kalani is sitting there feeling bad that she told her sister about her pregnancy. Her sister goes into the bathroom, starts crying, and tells the other girls that she's pregnant, and the other girls are acting like it's the worst thing on that. Like, excuse me? This is her bachelorette party. This is her pregnancy. Who the hell are you? Her sister hijacks everything from her, but she allows her to do that. Their relationship is very weird to me. Like, they're close in a way, but their sister dynamic is very weird. So after watching a bit more of this scene, I think I know what's going on with the family. And I said it earlier, I think that the whole family is supporting the both of them. I think they all have given out a lot of money, and maybe Kanani just hasn't said that, because she said that she put out all her money to help get Asuelu here and then the wedding and everything. But I just feel like the family's reaction has to come from something financial. So I think that they are all, I don't think that they're not happy that she's pregnant, that another family member is coming into their family. I think that they're upset that they all have to put up money to not only take care of her 2 babies, but also Asuelu. I think that's what's going to happen, because she's not going to be able to work, you know? And so maybe that selfishly is what's happening with them. They're getting pissed off because you keep on banging and you ain't got no money. So maybe that's where it's coming from. And I can understand that then. I can understand Kehlani being like, okay, girl, I'm single, sexy, and free. I want to live my life. I want to spend my money on some Louboutin pumps. I don't want to spend my money on some Pedialyte when they ain't even my child. Maybe that's what's going on, and I can get that and I understand. But again, we don't know, because it's being left out. Like, so much is edited out of this show that I feel like needs to be put in so we can really get a clear storyline, because everything is just speculation. I don't have much to say about Jonathan and Fernanda, but I do want to say this letter. When she was reading him that letter, I was like, Jonathan, listen, you marry somebody who's 19. You know what I mean? Like, dude, that's just the reality. And I think that, and I don't think I'm reaching. I think this is necessary. I think she needs therapy. I really do. I think Jonathan has to give Fernanda therapy because, one, she's very young. She's moving to a foreign land that her people have tension with the people here. You know what I mean? So she's coming to a place where she is no longer the majority. She is now a minority, and she is not well liked. That is a lot to deal with. She also has nobody here. People can't understand her, but besides the man that she's about to marry, and he's gone half the time trying to make a living for them. So I think that she's going through, a mini depression, and I feel like he needs to get her some type of help, because that could roll over into other things. And I just feel bad for her, because I remember when I moved away from my home, right? But I'm an American, and I moved across the country, but I'm still in my home. I'm still in my home country. You know what I mean? So it was difficult. I called my mom almost every day, and I cried, but I could always go back home. You know what I mean? I also moved out here with other people, so I still had some sort of comfort, but I still fell into like a little depression. It was just a lot. It was culture shock. It was a lot going on, and I cried a lot. So I feel for her. I really, really do. And I did that at the same age. So I know what that's like, but at least I had some kind of support. She don't have nobody but Jonathan. And like I said, he's gone half the time trying to make a living. And then when he's gone trying to make a living, then he also wants to hang out with his friends because he's okay. She's not. So I think it would really benefit that relationship for him to get her some type of help so she can work through her issues that she's having and not lash out at him all the time. But she's 19, bro. Buckle up. Ashley and Jay, like them, don't believe them. I don't believe this couple for 1 second. And I think it's because Ashley, to me, she gives me opportunists, right? Especially after checking her Instagram. There's so much stuff coming out about her, and she keeps on trying to over-explain, and she's over-explaining to a point where I'm just not believing nothing that this girl is saying. Also, she's like an Instagram, I was going to say thought, but it's the new year, new me. She's, selling tooth whitening cream and all this stuff on Instagram. Now she's like an influencer, right? Her and Jay. And I'm just, listen, y'all know me. I ain't never mad at nobody securing the bag, right? But y'all are trying to sell a relationship to me that I don't believe because you're being sloppy. Ashley and Jay are so sloppy with keeping up appearances with this relationship. The pictures coming out, like, have they explained that they were already married in Jamaica? They had a full-on wedding in Jamaica. That was never explained on the show. Like, I don't know. That couple just gives me opportunities. I don't believe anything that they say. but I still watch it and enjoy. So, but you know what? I think that Jay, he gonna be the one to spill the beans. That boy gonna get his citizenship, get comfortable, and he is gonna spill the beans on what really happened. Stay tuned for this couple. I think they're gonna be on Happily Ever After as well. I'm watching them because I just want to see, sad to say, when it all falls down. Because when it does, that's when we're gonna get the truth. Because I'm telling you, Ashley is the mastermind. Jay is just a pawn who's going along with it. But there's so much more to this story that we are not going to find out until probably Happily Ever After, until it falls apart. I don't know if they can keep it up for much longer because Ashley is getting very sloppy. Also, just knowing that they're opportunists, it made this wedding make so much sense because they were so cool at this wedding. Like, you two have been going through the visa process, flying back and forth or whatever. Well, Ashley has been flying there, spending time with him. Now you're about to get married. They were so cool, calm, and collected. And you know why? Because this was their second freaking wedding, okay? So they were just going through the motions. The vows were a mess. It was all, I felt like this was such a farce wedding because they had already did the real thing. So this was just for the viewers so we can see them actually get married so 90 Day Fiance can wrap up. So after their wedding, Jay is caught being on Tinder. Why not? Y'all not married for real, for real? Like, this is a farce. Let him date other people. Let him live his life. He already told you, I'm 20. I want sex all the time. You don't want to give him sex all the time. So he's going to go on Tinder and flirt with somebody else who does. Wake up, girl. And then she conveniently runs to Natalie, who's ready to talk scammers. Colty. I can't even do, why does her voice so well? But Colt and Larissa. You know what? The fact that Colt is a cheater, like, the fact that he has women sending them pics and videos of their titties. I'm telling y'all, the bar is so damn low, it's in hell. Like, you sending your titties to Colt? He ain't got no money. So, y'all know my favorite character on this show is Miss Debbie. I love her. I think she is so sweet. I hated the way Larissa treated her and made her do all that crying in the beginning. But Miss Debbie, you have to be honest. You ran back to that cousin and told them everything that was going on in your home. So that's why the cousin, guns blazing, coming after Larissa, because you're running back gossiping about Larissa and Colt, playing victim. So now the cousin don't like Larissa because you've told him all of these terrible things about her. So when he meets her, of course he's going to rage on her. And then Miss Debbie is sitting over there acting like, oh my goodness, what he did wasn't right. I didn't like that. You were the one who riled him up. You were the one who was being messy, okay? You were stirring the pot and sharing the tea, Miss Debbie. Tell the truth and what? Shame the devil. As someone who is very close with their mother, I get Colt. I really, really get him. He's lived with his mom this whole time. He doesn't want to put her in a home or have her move out. However, you can't have two wives, Colt. You cannot do it. And your mom and Larissa cannot exist under the same roof. You married Larissa. That is your wife now. This is your home. Your mother has to move out. Let her move across the street. Let her be close. But you guys have to have your own home where you build together, especially because you're newlyweds. Y'all gotta figure a lot of things out. And then, you know, can we be real? Y'all want to be freaky and stuff. You can't really, y'all learning each other's bodies. Like, y'all gotta have that moment as a married couple. And with your mom, you can't do that. You know what I mean? Like, you want to have, why am I whispering? But you know how couples, you know, the bedroom gets boring. You probably want to have kitchen sex sometimes, but you can't have it because Miss Debbie's down there reading the Bible. Like, she has to move out. Period. And can we talk about how this episode was like a lot of makeup artists and nail techs like giving life advice? It was so weird that all the women were talking to like just telling them all the tea about their personal lives, and never, ain't nobody going to a nail tech and being like, girl, my marriage ain't working out. I'm a mail order brat. Like, Lita and Larissa have been telling all their business to their makeup artists and their nail techs. And I just don't get it. Like, why are they being psychiatrists? You know what I mean? I hope they tip them very well. You know what I mean? I'm doing your makeup and I'm getting your life together. I don't need a big tip. And I hope they tipped well because they deserve. So Larissa and Debbie have their little moment, right? Where they like makeup or whatever. I don't believe this storyline as well. I feel like Colt and Larissa did meet, and I do feel like it was a situation that was really good for Larissa to get an American, but I also feel like this show is capping their head up a bit. So they're really falling into being this celebrity couple. I guarantee you we're going to see them on Marriage Boot Camp Reality Stars. I guarantee you we're going to see them on there. Like, they're going to work this for what it's worth. And y'all know what I say about reality TV. If you're going to sacrifice your soul over to the devil, you might as well get a big check out of it, because with reality TV, they take your life and they make it look like whatever they want. You might as well get a come up out of it, right? So I don't have no problems with it. But I have to be honest and say that I feel like they are now orchestrating a storyline to really benefit them as they grow into like this reality TV, these reality TV stars, and start to work the reality TV circuit. I'm not hating, I'm just pointing it out.